What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here on the Ratatoskr Demonic Beast to showcase the brand new Mael. So I did the pre-recording already, guys, of the run, and so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through the run with you guys. I'm gonna give you guys my kind of thoughts on how I felt about actually running Mael on Ratatoskr, and whether or not I think he's good for this fight. And overall, I'll give you guys the TLDR right now. I think he's pretty good, so he's actually going to be a viable character. So in terms of the team comp here, guys, we were rocking obviously the brand new Mael. We had Jormungand, we have LR Liz, and then Valenti. So we're not getting Valenti's passive where, we have everyone being different race. So we're unfortunately not going to be able to get that, but we still do get the attack-related stats that she provides. So we're still getting that. Jormungand's giving all stats. We have obviously the bleed, the shock, the poison. All that stuff, guys, is covered with this team. And yeah, you guys will see here on the gear. So gear wise, we have attack crit damage Mael, attack defense Jormungand, HP defense Liz, and then triple crit resistance Valenti. So Valenti should be the lowest HP with Tarmiel Link. My Jormungand though, she honestly, I think if I ran HP defense, it would be a little bit better. I noticed in the fight that having her at what is that? It's only like what? That's like 13k, maybe 12k extra HP. So yeah, the higher the HP for Jormungand, the better versus your Valenti, because you don't want the boss to switch targeting, because that can happen in the fight. If your HP is too close, then the boss will switch targeting and that can mess you up. So yeah, continuing on though, guys, you can see the rules on the gear. Pretty standard stuff here. I'll let it play, but attack rolls, crew resistance rolls, HP rolls, everything else is just basic stats. I didn't go through the rest, and yeah, we hop in here for the floor 1 of the fight. So yeah, loading into floor 1 here. I was thinking floor 1, honestly, like going through should be fairly easy. The only thing again, obviously, being the card draw, and if you don't get the card draw, that's when your runs are kind of screwed. But yeah, what I did was I go for the bleed off the rip, and that's obviously going to allow us to, be able to move him to the right, and then we can deal damage and also move him back to the middle, and or even to the left and back to the middle. Either or, it works out for us. And you'll see here, guys, the single target with Mael, it does really good. And remember that the debuff that he applies, it actually does lower this boss's attack-related and defense-related stats. Like, that's really good, right? Like, being able to do that, I think, is insanely strong. I think Mael might be the only character that can debuff a demonic beast that actually is a gray debuff, on them, which is crazy, So being able to lower that attack related stats and defense related, I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. You guys see the damage there already. Bro is cooking with the damage, man. So yeah, right here on phase 2, again, you just kind of move him, and then you can focus damage. So I did the Jormungand bleed to move him, and then the what is it? Yeah, the LR Liz ultimate into the bus strip, so that we only have 2 on the little blue bus he has. And yeah, I mean, from there, guys, we just go for the kill and we're good to go. And yeah, I mean, fairly straightforward, right? Like, this is what you would expect from a standard run on on Ratatoskr, and this is what you can kind of expect, right? So yeah, right there, we get all of that off. Boom, we drop the ultimate. Look how much damage the ultimate does, and then the follow-up single target, crazy damage, man. Honestly, it is really good. And yeah, you're gonna expect that from this character. I think his damage is nice, and I think he technically is a kind of a debuff support, right? Because he is applying that attack related lower with market retribution, and that's able to actually lower the enemy's attack related and defense related. And also you get the damage dealt lower too, right? Because you have the I forget exactly called. It's like one of his Mael's like effects, punishing wave. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, pretty much it's gonna lower his damage dealt, the Ratatoskers against us, and that's obviously very good. So yeah, just being able to do that is good. Yeah, right. As you guys can see right there, though, Jormungand getting targeted with the stun, a little bit unfortunate, and that can happen sometimes, guys. It is what it is. Sometimes it can happen, and that really does ruin a lot of my runs here. But yeah, I mean, overall though, you're probably fine, going through, as long as you just make sure your Jormungand has a lot more HP than your Valenti. You'll be fine. I made the mistake of mine having only 12k more, so yeah, that was definitely a misplay on my part. But yeah, regardless though, guys, we go through fairly easily. And yeah, right here, this is pretty much the clear, because you do the Jormungand all into the Mael and follow up. So yeah, floor 1 right there, very easy. Now moving on into floor 2. So you guys can see again, this is on ×2, right? So 3 minutes on the first floor, that's about 6 minutes, right? Standard. So now moving on to floor 2 here, guys. Floor 2, not as bad, right? Because obviously you just keep the guy in the middle. It's very, very easy, actually. I think floor 2, of all the phases of Rat, is probably the most, like, easiest one to kind of just, like, autopilot, you know, just kind of clear. It really doesn't take too much effort to kind of think about. And all you really do is just, you know, make sure you keep him in the middle, right? That's kind of the idea. So as long as you're getting the, like, AoEs of Valenti, like, that's going to be really good. Or, you know, if you're able to just, you know, deal a ton of AoE damage with Mael, then that could work too. And you guys will see right here, look at Mael's damage. I mean, yeah, 1.3 million AoE, that's really good. And we kill both stumps right there easily. So yeah, no, Mael is just a very, very strong character, guys. Even though we're not getting the full buff from Valenti's, like, HP related, you know, we're still doing a ton of damage. And I see that as very, very valuable in the sense that, like, you know, because Mael is giving the, what is it, it's 4% all stats to Liz and himself, and then Jormungand's giving us a bunch of all stats on top of that, and then Valenti's giving us the attack related. So we are very, very tanky regardless, even not having the HP related buff, right? So, you know, even without that, we still are very, very tanky. So yeah, no, overall, I think this character is surprisingly really good on this fight. You know, I didn't think he would be, just because of the fact that, you know, it's like, okay, it's not really working for Valenti's passive. You know, maybe that could be a little bit of a detriment. But, like, after kind of, you know, using him, he felt pretty good. You know, honestly, definitely a valid option if you guys do need a DPS on this fight. For sure, man. So, yeah, there we go. Now, moving into phase 2 of floor 2. This is, again, just keep him in the middle. Same thing. You know, none of these phases change in terms of the mechanic here on floor 2, guys. You really are just keeping him in the middle, right? And, you know, just being able to keep him there. As long as he doesn't move, you're good to go. Right here, I did accidentally move him, though, because I did the Valenti single target, and I tried doing it on the middle to hope he would be there, but he went to the right there. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to do anything with that. But, again, we could just move him back to the middle. We have Valenti ult. We're completely fine, so... yeah, right there, I actually do kill the left stump too, just to make sure that no matter what are the, like, any gimmicks going on, we make sure bro goes back to the middle, and then we can kill right stump, and then focus down the middle stump. So yeah, again, guys, like, these videos when I do my showcases are not, like, necessarily guides, right? These are really just, like, showcasing the character like at their best. You know, are they capable of clearing? And, you know, Mael definitely can. If you guys are looking for, like, an actual rat guide, feel free to check out my video I did. You can watch that, and it'll pretty much go over all the mechanics and all that. So when there's something I'm explaining here, guys, that you might not know, feel free to watch that video, and you'll understand. But for, you know, for the actual showcase purpose, I'll just have to explain it as if you guys know, right? Like, that's just how we're gonna go through most of the fights here when we're doing Ratatoskr. So, yeah, man. Yeah, right there, Valenti ultimate. I was kind of contemplating how I wanted to go about this, but I wanted to make sure I got LR Liz, you know, to get her ultimate off, and also cycle the ultimate, because Valenti would cleanse us, right? So if you do ult with Liz, we do the follow-up, and then I was hoping that Jormungand kills, but she did not kill, unfortunately. So, yeah, just a little bit more stalling, guys, but we do get the kill, and, yeah, we move into the final phase there, so we'll just skip over all of that, and we can get into the final phase here. So yeah, Mael ultimate into AoE with Jormungand, into AoE with Valenti to keep him in the middle, right? That's obviously very, very good. And I think the nice thing about Mael too is the fact that he applies Mark of Retribution on everyone when he does his ultimate. That's really good, because that means it's lowering the stump's defense related stats, meaning it's easier for you to damage them too. And right there, as you guys saw, they died from the poison and the bleed, right? So that's really good. So yeah, I mean, there's so much with this team that I think, you know, you can definitely take advantage of. Mael giving the damage dealt that he provides, and also the fact that he's lowering the enemy's defense related and attack related, means your team is just going to be tanking, right? Your team overall is going to be tanking really well. So yeah, man, I mean, overall, guys, like, very, very strong character. And you'll see here on this final phase here, it's really just me kind of stalling. So I'll kind of just, you know, skip through a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty much just a kill right here. So you see we do the ultimate, and then we do the ult with Jormungand, and then Mael just finishes it off, right? Like, pretty easy stuff. This final phase, once you kill the side stumps, free, super free, right? So now we're on final floor. So final floor took me about as much time as it did floor 1 and 2. So bear that in mind, guys. And that's the thing too, right? Every time you do floor 3, and whenever you even attempt this, it's always going to be the longest one of the 3 floors, just because of how much mechanics you got to really go through, right? There's a lot of, you know, things you got to kind of bear in mind, just so you don't mess up. And yeah, for this part right here, you move him to the right, and then you want to focus on the left stump and the middle stump. And so you'll see here with my Mael, whenever I get attacks with him, I try and focus on the left stump first, then the middle. That was kind of my priority here, because I was like, okay, we kill left stump, he can never move to that, and we can, from the middle, we can just move him back to the right. So I was thinking that was kind of the strat. You can see the Mael damage is really, really good though. So yeah, I mean, you know, DPS wise, Mael was cooking. I didn't have too many issues with him DPS wise. I think honestly it was what I expected, but honestly sometimes it did do more than I thought it would. You know, there are sometimes I was like, damn man, you know, that Mael kind of did more than I was expecting. So yeah, no, definitely overall, if we're talking like, you know, if I had to rank the rat units for like DPS wise, I would still say is probably DK Melee #1 still, because I see the consistency in the cleanse, and I really do like that as well. But yeah, if I had to rank it, I'd probably have him, then Mazino, then this Mael. I think that would be my ranking, because Mazino, the reason why he's so strong is because you have the shield, right? You can never die with the shield. You're literally always invincible, and the uptime on the shield is every 2 turns, and you cycle out with lids every 2 turns anyway, right? So you're always getting your ultimate with that team. So yeah, right here guys, I'm not gonna bore you guys through this phase right here. This is again just stalling for the cards. So ideally what we want is we want each of the debuffs, and then we also want a Mael ultimate, and then a Liz ultimate to cycle through. So you guys will see here as we go through, just kind of dealing with this phase. And then as we kill, look at the cards that we got. So we got the AoE poison, we got the bleed, we got the shock, we have ultimate with Valenti, all with Liz, all with Mael, and a buff card. So ideally everything that we needed, right? Exactly everything we needed. So now what, like, the idea is we do the 3 debuffs, moves him to the, I think it's what, the left, and then we drop the ultimate with Mael, and it nukes both the middle and the right stump. And you guys will see the damage here. It's crazy. Honestly, guys, guess the damage right now. Before you see what happens in the video, guess the damage, comment it down below. Because it's shocking. It was very, very shocking to both the stumps and the rat. I was expecting like 5 million, but you guys will see here when we do the ultimate, insane amount of damage. I did also have, obviously, LR Liz ultimate on top of it. But yeah, no, it's crazy. So you'll see here, this is at 3 to 6, right? So boom, 12 million. I was not expecting that, guys. That was a crazy amount of damage. So yeah, man, he's really good. He's actually very, very, very good. As long as you build your team around him, and you have, you know, Valencia on the crew resistance, you got Jormungand with more HP by a fairly good margin, you'll be fine, right? Like, my only issue in my runs was because of the fact that Jormungand was cucked in that sense, right? Like, she pretty much had like enough HP to where, you know, sometimes the boss would target her instead of Valenti, right? And the boss would focus down her, which could kind of mess me up a little bit, but you know, throughout most of the fight I was doing okay. So I was like kind of the only time I really had issues. But yeah, I mean, other than that, completely fine though overall. So there we go, guys. You can see we're cycling through ults, you know, wasting cards right there with Mael. Yeah, just a bunch of stalling. I'm not gonna bore you guys through this. Pretty much you just kind of stall, right? You know, hold on to your damage skills because you do want to use them on the final phase. So now he does die from himself, and we move into the final phase of the Ratatoskr. So now on the final phase here, what we want to do is we want to move him to the right. So what we have to do that is we kill left stump, and then 2 debuffs moves him to the right. So, you know, obviously we're going to focus down the left stump. So, you know, I'm going to drop Mael single target. I'm going to do Elizabeth attack card. And if I ult with any of the characters on the team as well, it will auto move him to the left. So we do not want to do that. We just do not want to use an ultimate at all. We just kind of leave him in the middle. And yeah, you'll see that it is a fairly good benefit for us. But yeah, you guys can see, really bad for Jormungand though. Honestly, she should not be taking that much damage at all. I really should have had her on an HP set. That's really my bad. That's really my bad. I should have made sure to, you know, make her on an HP set, and then she would have been tanking completely fine. But yeah, right there, that definitely did mess me up a little bit. So yeah, right there we do kill the left stump, and we applied the effect on the boss right there, right? The Mark of Retribution. Really, really good stuff. And right here, if we did not get AoE, we're still like full petrified, guys. So that's why I think I still value DK Melee #1, because of the fact that he is able to, you know, cleanse that petrify. Like, that's the only character I think that can do that. Mazino would just patience it though too, to be fair. But not Melee, but Demon King Melee, he still has that like AoE damage too. Whereas like Mazino, you only have the AoE damage on the ult. So there's always like that in my opinion where it's kind of tough. This Mael does have AoE and single target damage though, so you know, he definitely has that. But I would say his single target damage is a little bit lacking, unless you have a mark of retribution already on the boss or whoever you're attacking, right? That's the only time I feel like it's still good. So yeah, right there. We do get the gray food poisoning debuffs. That's really good. Because now we just killed the middle stump, and then we have him just stall on this final stump. And yeah, guys, you know from this point on in Rat that it's GG. Because at this point, all we really do is we just stall, we cycle ult, and he dies. Right, so you'll see here. I'll just kind of scroll through. You'll see the immortalities every single turn are disappearing. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to bore you guys through it, but this is literally how it goes in the final phase of the Rat. So just kind of skipping through right there. And yeah, and then he's finally no immortalities. We do get frozen on everybody there, but I use the buff card with Liz into the ult, into the attack card, so we cycle it one last time. And yeah, and then on this next turn here, we do go for the kill. And yeah, it's GG, man. So yeah, guys, that is going to be the Mael showcase on Ratatoskr. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this character on Ratman? Overall, he performed honestly better than I expected. Yeah, I'll be honest, he performed a lot better because I was expecting him to be a little bit weaker because of the fact that he wasn't getting the full buff from Valenti's passive. So I was a little bit concerned about that, but in the fight, you really see that there is no issues using this character, and he actually is a valuable option on Rat if you just want like a DPS that can also still, you know, provide some kind of debuff support for the team. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'm going to see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.